Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So this is my first favorites and disappointments video. I am so excited. This is for the month of July. And yeah, I'm excited to show you guys the things that I was like, oh, this is awesome, I need this in my life. And the things that I was like, I hate you. So I'm gonna just jump into it and yeah, I'm gonna show you. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the positives because you always need positivity. So, okay, so I'm gonna start off with the L'Oreal Pro Glow. So I had used the Pro Matte Infallible foundation, and I liked it, but I already have normal to dry skin, and so I was kind of like, I always need to add more highlight so that my face didn't look so dry. And then I got the Pro Glow and it was really awesome. I made my face look dewy, but it didn't look like too dewy where you can't really look at a person's face because you're like, dude, you're too shiny. Like, this was perfect. It was the right amount of dew. The shade is 203 Nude-Beige. This is the one I use. Okay, moving on. So recently I put this on my Snapchat. I got the Hoola. Recently, I posted this on my Snapchat. I got the Hoola bronzer by Benefits, and this was something I needed in my life because I was always using the Sephora bronzer, which was amazing, but then I was kind of like, this has just, I guess, the right amount of tan for my skin, and you could either use it as a regular bronzer or for contouring, and it works great both ways, and it was just a really awesome product. So I was so excited. And this has changed my contour life, yeah. Okay, the second or third thing is the Blow Dry Me Fast. This is by 6IX9. This is really good for blow drying my hair, like really quickly, obviously, hence the title. But yeah, it's really awesome. It makes your hair really nice and smooth and sleek. And it really does dry it quickly. Like, I used it, and I'm not kidding you, like, half of my hair was already dry. Not that I have a lot of it, but it still dried pretty quick. That's a good thing. Alright, so that was a really good item. Okay, and then so many good stuff here. One thing I cannot live without, like, if I had to pick out of a lot of makeup, and I know, like, that's hard for me, I could not live without the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I have really dark circles. Like, I don't like them, and I had struggled with trying to find a concealer or a color corrector that would just kind of make them go away, because then I have like the indents here, and it just didn't work for me at all. So then I was looking through some tutorials and researching, and I found this bad boy, and I was so happy. It changed my dark circles. It just made my makeup life a lot better, to be honest, and I have been happy ever since with this. So yeah. Now for lip gloss, I went to Ulta and I got this NYX Liquid Suede in a little denim dress, and I actually used this for my Pokemon Go tutorial, and I loved it. It was so pigmented and so blue. It wasn't streaky. It didn't have like missing areas. Like, once you put it on, it was just blue. Like, there was no getting out of it. Like, I had to take it off a few times in order for the blue to get away. So this, if you're looking for a really, really nice blue color, I definitely suggest this. It's amazing. And, okay. Then, for palettes, one of my, you guys know, my favorite thing is glitter. Like, I'm a glitter fanatic. You guys should know this by now. Yeah. So then I ended up obviously finding glitter injections, and this is all the glitter I have, and I still have more to add because I really need to add a lot of it. There is nothing I can say that's really bad about this palette at all. I mean, every single one of them is glittery and pigmented, and because of the pressed glitters, they're so much easier to actually put on. And I mean, I have some tutorials coming up with one of the colors from Glitter Injections. But yeah, I absolutely love this. I don't really use this glitter now because I use Glitter Injections glitters and they just work so well and I absolutely love them. So yeah, I was so excited when I started buying more and now I have like an addiction. So yeah. And then for one of my other palettes that is like, I have pretty much for the past 3 weeks have been using these two palettes like non-stop. So the Naked, the Urban Decay Naked palette, the original one, I've been using so much, especially the color Virgin. I've been using it a lot as my highlight. I think it is so beautiful. You know, the thing I like about the thing I like about this is that there's such a variety. I mean, it's just like one palette and you go from really light to like really dark, and that's awesome. Especially with all the new palettes that are coming out, it's like you can't keep up. Like you have Jeffree Star's palette and Jaclyn Hill's palette and Mandy's palette. It's like, that's a lot of palettes. I can't keep up with that. Like Kathleen Light says, that's expensive. It is expensive because there's so many of them coming out and I cannot like keep up with all of them, and I'm only 17, so it's kind of like I need to save my money and whatever palette I get needs to be worth it, and there's too many of them to pick. So from the things that I have for other teenage girls I know that probably have like the original Urban Decay palette, I'm happy that I can at least do tutorials with these, and like I said, they have such a variety in them. So yeah, I love the Naked Urban Decay palette. The third one is also one of my favorites. I have been using these so much. I actually did, let's see, when I went out the other day I used Buzz and Trick. I like mixed them to make like an interesting color. I don't know, I experiment with stuff all the time. And I loved this so much. Like again, the variety, like this has more shimmers than the original one did. So you go from just this original matte and then you kind of go more into just really nice shimmers. And they're all really good, they're all really buttery, and I think they all have a pretty good pigmentation. Like they do not fail. You will see the color on your eye. So yeah, that's good for that. And besides the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, I always use the Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Again, I cannot do without this. I bake all the time, and so this is something that I've pretty much, I guess, learned. It can be a little tricky when you first get it because you're like, oh, I need to put on a lot. No, you can use a little bit and it goes a long way and it lasts a while. Like, it's a lot and I still have a lot in here. And I just think that it's really good because it makes your dark circles disappear. So besides the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector that kind of makes it fade, this just really makes it, it doesn't get cakey and make sure that you don't crease. And yeah, this is something I definitely could not do without, and I'm glad that this is part of my makeup game. Yeah. Alright, so, this is weird. Like, nobody uses this. I'm gonna tell you why. When I first saw this, I was like, what is this? Why does it wiggle? Like, why? Okay? So then, this is the e.l.f. Mascara and Shadow Shield. So you guys know in a lot of my videos I use shields for my face. Apparently I'm like a fan of shields. So this, you put on your eye like this, right? I mean, I have lashes on, so it's gonna be kind of hard. But you put it like this, and for instance, if you just have your natural lashes, and you're one of those people, because I know I'm that type of person, that I always have like mascara falling on the top of my lid, and I get so frustrated because it's always like getting on top of there. No matter how hard I try not to get it there, it just does. So this helps block any of the mascara from going on to your eyeshadow. So you just put it on here, and then you have like your mascara, and you'll just start putting it on, and any of the product that would go on your lid ends up going on here. So it's very helpful. So there's that. Okay, so as I use the Hoola bronzer, of course I'm gonna need a brush with it. So this is the Real Techniques Rose Gold Contour Brush. This has really changed my contour game. The reason for that is because I had used the Morphe, I believe it's the Morphe, let's see what Morphe it is, Morphe G30 brush for contouring. And at the time, I will admit, I wasn't the best contour person. It took a while, guys, like a really long time. I was a late contour bloomer. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try and get this contour game on fleek. So then I came across the Real Techniques Rose Gold contour brush. Besides that it's pretty, because it kind of just caught my eye. I was like, ooh, shiny, I like it. And then I realized it was a contour brush. So I used this and I dipped it into my Hoola bronzer and it was life. In like a mixture. It was life. And I like that it's not too dense. And you're able to move it, but it's not exactly too loose to the point where it's like smearing everywhere. It just has the right amount of density and the right amount of, I guess, movement, if that makes any sense to you guys. It just gives you more control, so it's not like smearing everywhere, and it's not just like, I can't move my contour. So yeah, it just goes in well, it blends in well. So in my videos, I'm not kidding, probably every other video or every single video I have, I'm using the shadow shields. I love this product so much because it's better, it's like 2-in-1. So for instance, if I want like a winged eyeshadow look and I don't want to use tape because I'm like, well, it's gonna have fallout, so now I can't put my foundation on, and then I don't want like that it to be all sticky like everywhere over here. What I do is I use these shadow shields. So I will show you how it looks. So this is what it looks like. And then you'll take off this little paper that's back here, and the 2 little papers here, and then you'll just stick it right here. I actually used it for this look, and it helps like put your eyeliner on. It helps with making that winged eyeshadow look that you want. It makes it more dramatic. And then in the back, it actually has instructions what you can use it for, so it has multiple uses. So you could use, it helps perfect winged cat eye, protects under eye area from eyeshadow fallout, creates straight edge for shadow, and aids in perfecting lipstick. So if you wear like black lipstick or like the NYX Liquid Suede blue, and you're kind of like, your hand's a little shaky, right? And you kind of smear it a little bit more than you would want to, this just helps guard it like under here. And then with the fallout, I use it a lot as well for if I have like a darker shadow or like something that's too shimmery or glittery, I put it under here and it just helps not like smear it once you like try and brush it off or something like that. It would just help protect the fallout from getting everywhere. So that's pretty awesome. The last positive item is the Morphe M524 brush. I use this brush quite often. I use it for my lid a lot because I think that it just makes my eyeshadow so much more amazing. Like without this brush, my lid game would not be on fleek. It'd be like less fleek. It'd be really bad fleekage. So yeah, I love this brush. It just like, it gives me the right control I want on my lid. It gives me the right amount of product, and it doesn't kind of like, it's not like too dense, or you know like those prickly brushes. I hate those prickly brushes where you're kind of dabbing it on, or you kind of just put it in and then it just like hurts your eyeball. You're like, ow, I'm not gonna use you. No, this one is nice and gentle, and I love Morphe, if you haven't noticed already. Okay. Sadly, we're going to move into the items I'm not too crazy about. So, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to start off by telling you guys the Color Icon Lip Gloss by Wet n Wild. So this is their limited edition, like, pop collection. It was kind of like, for comic books, that's kind of what I guess they geared towards. And I actually did grab lashes from them, which was amazing from that collection that I used. But I tried out this lip gloss, and I hated it. I did not like it. It like left this perfumey smell, and I have a sensitive nose, and it just kind of turned your stomach a little bit, in my opinion. It's granted, the one thing I do like about it is it's cruelty free, so that's great. I love that it's cruelty free. I just don't like that it kind of leaves this perfumey smell, and then on your lips you have to apply it multiple times, like over and over and over until you get the color you really want. It has like a streaky finish. I don't like that about lip glosses. So in my opinion, I'm never using this again. Sorry guys. Okay, the one thing again that I really don't like, I don't like brands that kind of lie. Like, this is a lying eyeliner. Okay, Rimmel is great with their products, but they lied about this. So they said that this was waterproof, and I was trying to do a look for the 4th of July, and I was like, ooh, let me get the Rimmel ScandalEyes waterproof liner. This is gonna work great. Well, no, it didn't. I came home, I tried it out, I'm like, this is gonna work great. It stabbed the crap out of my eye. I did not like it. Like, I'm putting it on, and the texture of it, it felt like you were putting, I think even a Sharpie would have been easier to put on than this. And I know that's really bad, and I'm kind of being harsh, but it's true. I put it on, and it just like has a weird shape to it, and granted it can be a little black. It's just like, for my hand, I do better with gel liners. They don't feel as harsh as this does on your eye. It's like, I'm gonna put on a nice eyeshadow. I want my eye to feel nice and not irritated. And this makes you feel irritated. And it doesn't make your wing come out nice. And I didn't like it. And it wasn't even waterproof. Like, I put it in the water and it disappeared. Like, it vanished. I'm like, well, you're a liar. You're not waterproof. I don't like you. So, I'm not using that again. That was a no-no for me. Then, as I said about the Real Techniques contour brush, what I didn't use and like was the Morphe G30 brush I was talking about. Like I said, I was a late bloomer in contouring, and I first used this brush, and it probably wasn't the This probably wasn't the best brush for me to use. So it's so defined, like you can't move it, you can't blend it, it's too dense of a brush. Like, all you'll get is a brown line. And then trying to blend that out is just like, this is killing me. I can't, this is hurting my hand. And it's great if, you know, if you're gonna go on the runway and you want like a really, really, really sculpted contour, that's fine. But I like more natural contour, and this just was not working for me. It didn't blend well, it just made it too defined. It was just a brown line, and I really didn't like it. I mean, I'll give it another try, because now that I'm better at contouring now, it'll work. I don't know. So, I love Morphe, and I'm going to give it a second chance, because everything deserves a second chance. So I'll see. I don't know. Then, I've been using this. You guys, I know I've used this a lot in my videos. Recently, I have. This is the Wet n Wild Megaglo Illuminating Palette in Catwalk Pink. I really liked this palette at first, but for some Wet n Wild products, first, if they have like a shimmery finish, it looks as if the whole eyeshadow or palette has shimmer throughout the whole eyeshadow, but it doesn't. After many uses, it kind of just leaves it a matte color, and I don't like that. If I have an illuminator or a highlighter, I expect it to be glittery the whole time I'm using this, and it wasn't like that. So I use this one quite a lot, and it just looks like it's kind of running down. And then I know that you can use this kind of together, but it just started to not look as shimmery as it did when I first started using it. And that's why I'm not really a big fan of it now. I want to give it a few more tries because I really did love this so much. So maybe it'll work in the future. Maybe I have to keep going at it and see if maybe the glitter, it gets more glittery as it goes. But yeah, I have to figure that out. The last thing that I had mentioned in one of my tutorials was I was going to let you guys know what caused me to have a breakout. This is the Epielle BB Cream in Natural Beige SPF 15, and it is Aqua tinted. So, I didn't like this. Obviously it gave me a breakout, so who's going to like something that gives them a breakout? But I wore it, and first I was like, okay, well maybe BB creams are supposed to feel this way. That was a lie I was lying to myself. I knew it wasn't true. And I got this at a dollar store, that was probably the first wrong thing to do. But I did. I wanted to try it. Everything deserves a chance, okay? So I did. And I bought other stuff. Like, there's this amazing dollar store, by the way, that has Milani items in it and everything. So I got it from there. I was like, what? Milani, I want to use this. So I grabbed this BB cream and I needed one, and then I started applying it, but it started burning my skin so bad. I'm like, maybe my skin's really dry. Like, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. So I start kind of spreading it out on my face, and it just started burning. And then the next day, it kind of, my face looked a little red. And then I realized this gave me breakouts. I was not happy about it. I never used it again, and it's kind of like, it's taken me a little bit to recuperate from the breakout. So if you have really sensitive skin like I do, I will suggest that you don't use this at all. It's a really not a good product for sensitive skin. It burns like crazy, and it's just, it causes breakouts. It's not a good thing. Yeah. Alright guys, so that was my favorites and my disappointments. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of my first video. It's an honor. And also, if you would like to learn how to do this look, I will pop the link whenever I finish editing it in the description box below. Description box below. So if you'd like to learn how to do this, just stay tuned for that. Or you can go to my channel once it's up and watch it yourself. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Give this video a big thumbs up, please. See you soon, guys. Kindly, Kiana.